What is the worst notification you have received whilst someone else has had your phone? While my friend was using my phone, my mom texted me, remember not to have sex with Thomas. He has chlamydia. This happened to my friend. I sent him a text of a wet cat and said, look at this wet pussy, while my other friend's mom was holding his phone. She just awkwardly gave him his phone back. Was showing my mum some cake ideas for my wife's 30th that I was considering. My wife texted me and my mum, for unknown reasons, got a full view of my wife's spoon with the caption, guess what you're eating for dessert tonight? I tried to grab my phone back, and my mum went back to browsing cakes without skipping a beat. As I was leaving, my mum thought it would be funny to ask, would you like second dessert tonight? Because I have a trifle in the fridge. I nearly died of shame. A couple of years ago, met a guy from Tinder in a pub for our first date. Things were going well, we were having a laugh and flirting. After about an hour I took out my phone to show him a funny meme, and up popped a notification from my new period tracking app saying today's the day you're ovulating. I swiped it real quick, and I don't think he got a good look at it, but I was still worried he'd think I was some child obsessed weirdo who timed my dates so random Tinder guys could impregnate me. I turned off ovulation notifications after that. Edit. And I was a sender once when I text my friend who was planning to break up with her BF, hope you're okay. How did Gary take the breakup? When Gary was using her phone and hadn't yet been broken up with. Sorry Gary. Not my notification, but I sent to my best girlfriend, you're right. Future husband's dad is weird and a little racist. And her future husband saw the text. Luckily he laughed and agreed with me. But I was so embarrassed that he saw it. Showing my aunt a pic when a text saying I'd fuck the shit out of Machine Gun Kelly appeared. We both pretended we didn't see it and quickly started talking about something else. Border Patrol had my phone and my buddy sent me a text in which he jokingly said something like, what makes you think they'll let you in this time? Or something like that. Years ago I was working at an Apple store as a genius technician and was helping an older woman with her phone. This woman had to be in her late 60s early 70s, as sweet as could be, and was having some minor issues with her phone. I think it was battery life or something. So she hands me her phone, and just as she does a message pops up with a picture of a toilet full of shit, and the message reads, how many times do I have to tell you to flush the fucking toilet? Not knowing really what to do, I just hand it back to her and tell her she has a message. She takes the phone, half smiles, closes the message and hands it back saying, sorry about that sweetheart, my daughter can be a bit of a bitch. A friend of mine sent me a message for the first time in 4 months that was just Eily, right as my GF held the phone. I'm surprised there aren't more teacher stories. For me that's easily my most mortifying one. I had this room at my sophomore year of college, and we had a very weird, close personal relationship. I was in my Spanish prof's office hours, and she was waiting for me at the cafeteria to get lunch together. Just before going in I texted her and asked her to get me some fries, and then I turned off my phone. I was showing my prof my paper on my laptop screen, very much forgetting that I had iMessage set up on my laptop. I'll never forget the look on his face when a notification from my roommate came in with her, jokingly, saying I'll get you fries, but only if you sincerely feed them to me while you call me daddy. Suffice it to say, that was my last time visiting his office hours. Edit. Lol, is this the part where I say thanks for the gold, kind whatever? I was showing my grandma some pictures. She chuckled a bit and quickly handed me back my phone. I looked at it and saw that my boyfriend, now husband, had texted me saying I hate it when I'm pooping and my dick touches the water. Big dick problems. We laughed about it, but my husband is still horrified by the thought of my grandma knowing about his big dick problems. When I was in high school, my friends and I had the habit of giving each other funny contact names on our phones, based on jokes we came up with. To this day my high school friends' contact names are things such as River Bitch, Jeff the Slut, Baby America, Sugar Mama, etc. When we were juniors, a girl who was obsessed with my friend led to his contact name becoming Booty Lord with some rather suggestive images following it. Everything was fine and dandy until a few months later, when I had forgotten about it. I was applying for a leadership position in a club I was a member of, and was required to get to letters of recommendation. For the second letter I asked one of my teachers who happened to be a very conservative man in his late 70s, if he could write one for me. Being the lazy son of a bitch that he was, he told me to write the letter myself saying all the things I wanted him to say, and he'd sign it. After I finished typing up the letter, I handed him my phone to let him read and approve it before I printed it out. About 45 seconds after I gave him my phone, he, very loudly and incredulously, said "Booty Lord," and gave me a horrified look and shoved the phone back into my hands. That was hard to explain. My aunt was like, "Hey, is that the new Samsung? Can I see it?" I say sure, and then I got a text from my GF. Good news. I had my period. My boyfriend and I send each other shit randomly during the day, like FedEx me that pecker, or flap them tits my way. I was showing my mom something on my phone once, and he sends "Gonna slap you with my dick tonight." I remember when I was like 13 my mom was showing me something on her phone. My dad was away on a business trip and texted her. I said, "Oh, dad texted you." She's like, "What's it say?" And I read it, in my head, thank God, and it said something like, "I can't wait to make love to you again." 13-year-old me just turned red and handed back the phone. Not really my phone, but I had text notifications on my computer, was working with a vendor, and sharing my screen. My so picked that time to send me a text that said that was the most amazing sex we've ever had last night. I silenced the notification as fast as I could, but the vendor went quiet for half a minute and then said "good job," so got out of that awkward zone pretty well. I never shared my screen with notifications active ever again. Story apps can give really interesting ones. My favorite that popped up while my boyfriend was holding my phone was something like, "Mike misses you. Come back and play," or something like that. Of course all he did was pull the drop down menu down to see the full notification and laugh. He teased me about it for hours. Not my phone, but a Hangouts notification that popped up on the screen while my new boss was standing behind me to train me on a new program. The message from my husband asked, "How's the pooper?" I was so focused on the task that she saw and read it before I did and collapsed to the floor in hysterical laughter. I read it and immediately lost it too. In tears from laughing, we were frantically talking over each other, her trying to apologize for the unprofessional reaction, and me trying to explain that Pooper was our dog's nickname because he was getting over a bout of diarrhea. The rest of the office was so confused. This actually happened recently. I gave my dad my phone to call my mom because his phone was dead, and my GF sent me a text that said something along the lines of, "Hey, do you wanna have some fun at my house tonight?" My dad lost it. Edit. Just to clarify, he lost it by laughing. He didn't ground me or anything. Edit 2. It never happened. I wasn't ready for that kind of commitment, and I'm still not, so I broke up with her. Edit 3. I'm 14. I was chatting with a guy, and it was going well. Nothing sexual, maybe mild flirting. So I didn't care when I gave my buddy my phone for some reason. Then across the room he yells, "Yo, this dude just asked if you'd be down for anal." It was embarrassing. Edit. I'm really surprised this got so many upvotes. This is not how I wanted to be remembered by, but I'll take the fame. Edit 2. No, I would not be down to do anal, especially not with people I barely know. Not me, but a friend we'll call Bob. Bob, some friends, and I went out one night to watch a show in town. Afterwards, we decided to go get some drinks and decided to carpool. Bob's phone was dying, so he asked if he could charge it on the way over with the car charger. While it was charging, it had apparently connected to the car's speaker system, and, without a warning, the car read a new text message out loud to all of our surprise. "Hey baby, it's been a long time since you came in my mouth. How about we hook up tonight so I can taste that juice again?" Needlessly to say, he was mortified, and the rest of us rolled with laughter on our way to the bar. My friend texting me, "I'll eat her ass," while I was showing my mom a meme. Never swiped away a notification so fast in my MF life.